I really am in the mood for some Christmas in July paper crafting. So here are the papers that I have chosen for today. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Weren't those papers fun? We're going to put them to good use. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, friends. I am so glad that you're here right now. You could be doing anything else, but you're choosing to spend your time with me. And since you have chosen to spend some of your time with me, I have a little favor to ask. If possible, please watch the entire video because that helps my channel. Then at the end of the video, I'll have another video linked that I think you'll like, and clicking on the recommended video at the end of this one also helps my channel. So, what are we doing today? We are doing some Christmas in July paper crafting. I'm not going to spend the whole month of July doing Christmas in July. My plan is to mix in a few Christmas in July projects that I think you'll really enjoy. And today I have this one, and I think that you're really going to enjoy it. So I'm going to flip to my overhead camera to give you a closer look. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so here's what we're going to be making today. We're going to be making this refillable Christmas planner / notebook. You can use it however you want, and it is refillable. So when finished, it measures 6 by 5, and the thickness will depend on the number of pages that you decide to put in yours. But what makes it refillable is we're using some of the Chicago screws, so we'll be able to remove these and add more paper as needed. And I think I've done this style maybe once or twice before, but we have a fold back here. So you have this spine part over here, but because we're using the screws, we have a detachable spine here that allows us to be able to open our book and just flip through and make notes as needed. I've also created these fun little tabs. I hope that you can see them, like right there and right there. And I'll show you how easy it is to create tabs for yours as well. Now, one thing that I want to stress, I'm doing this for Christmas, but y'all, this is any season, any reason, anyone. All you have to do is swap out your paper and embellishments to make this look however you want it to look. So here's what I'm going to be using to make today's awesome project. I have a stack of paper that is 5.5 by 4 3/4. I am using chipboard on this project because I'm using a very thin text weight material. And by text weight, I mean paper that is so thin, it would be the same as a copier paper if it didn't have a design on it. I have 2 pieces that are 1 by 5, and I have 2 pieces that are 5 by 5. So this is going to be a very easy project. And I have 3 pieces of 8.5 by 11. Now this paper has somewhat of a sheen on it, so I hope that it's not really messing with your eyes much. But we're going to be using this paper to cover the book, and I have chosen this as the inside liner and this as the outer cover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and just position it on my mat like this. Then I'm going to peel away my tape backers. So we're going to take this piece, and when I put it down, I'm probably going to bring it in so that it aligns with one of my grid marks. That just makes it easier for me to know how to place what I'm placing. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Then I'm going to take this piece, and when I put it down, you see how much space I'm giving here? This is about 1/4 inch in spacing because we want some additional spacing so that we can easily open our book. So I'm going to slide this one down, put it back on the grid mark. I'm going to take this one, and we're going to do the same thing. So I am removing all of my tape backers, and we are going to duplicate what we just did here. So I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to match it pretty much with where I have that piece. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm looking at my grid line and following it up. And then I'll do the same thing over here. Now it's not going to be perfect, but I'm going to try to get it as close as I can. So now I'll just flip it over. We'll get everything nice and stuck. And I'm going to remove my excess. All right, so now we can take this and just stand it up, because we'll be doing a fold over. Then I'm going to take my finger blade and let's just miter the edges. And let's do that on this one as well. So now I'm just going to take my tape runner, and I can use my tape runner here because I will have these side pieces sandwiched in between the chipboard and the inside liner. So I'm just adding some tape. We'll stand that up, fold it over, stand that up, fold it over, fold this over, and fold this over. And I'll go back and just make sure that I have a fairly decent stick. Now let's do the same thing over here. So I'm just going to take my tape runner, add some tape. I don't use glue on a project like this because my paper is very thin. My glue is very strong, and it might warp a paper of this thinness. So I prefer just to use some type of tape when I'm doing a project like this. So now I'm just going to tape my corners and tap them onto my desk. This will get rid of those pointies if you happen to have them on your project. All right, so now we have our covers front and back, and we need to go ahead and place down the liner piece. So here's how we measure for the liner. I can see that it's 6 1/4 inches this way. We reduce it by 1/4 inch, so we're going to take it down to 6. And this is 5. We still reduce by 1/4 inch, and I'm going to take it down to 4 3/4. So we're going to cut our pieces at 4 3/4 by 6. So I'm just going to take this, trim it to 6, and then cut off 2 pieces that are 4 3/4 inch. So now I'm going to bring in my tape, and we're going to cover the chipboard in tape like this. Then once we have these two covered, we're going to take our 2 pieces and add tape around the outer edges. Then we're going to remove the tape backers from both pieces of liner as well as the jacket, and we're going to join the two together. So let me just cover this in tape, going all the way around. And if you're liking this video, please give me a thumbs up. Your likes actually help my channel. And the longer you watch my video, the more you help my channel. So I would appreciate it if you're still watching at this point, that you continue watching. All right, so let's go ahead and remove all of our tape backers. So now we can take our piece and put it down like this. So now I'm going to take this piece and we're going to put it down like that. I'll use my big old spatula to go in. We're going to work our spine this way as well as this way. Same thing with this one. Get everything nice and stuck. Let's work that spine on the inside. Flip it over. And we're also going to work it on the outside. So now we have our jacket, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my clip and just clip these in place because I need for it to hold. I don't want it moving because I'm about to punch my holes. So I'm going to take my Crocodile Big Bite, which finally broke on me. One of my screws fell out here on the side, but it still works. So I am going to use it on the 3/16 setting. And I'm going to go in and punch a hole right there. And then I'll punch a hole on this end. Like that. So now, y'all, I'm going to bring in my stack of paper, and the amount of paper that you use will totally depend on you. That's why I'm not giving a count. I am simply going to fill it until I have enough to support the screws that I'll be using. So I'm going to put my paper in like this. Take my clip and put my clip there. And now I'm just going to go back through the hole that I punched and punch through the paper. And so now I'm just going to take one of these and I'll use it as my template. So I'm just going to grab a stack of papers, clip them together so that I can hold them in place. I can see my spot right there. So I'll take my Crocodile, line it up with that hole, and punch. Do the same thing here, line it up with that hole, and punch. So now I can take these papers and add them to my little stack. And now I'll do my next stack. And you just keep doing this until you have the number of papers that you want to work with. And like I said, I'm not counting these at all, so I can't tell you how many I'm using. Some of you might choose to use sticker paper. Some of you might even use cardstock. So this is one of those crafts where I can't say, you know, go ahead and have 1/2 inch because I don't know what size screw you'll be using as well. So we're just going to keep doing what I'm doing right here. So what I have here are Chicago screws, and they come in different lengths. If you're looking for these in my Amazon storefront, you're going to see a whole bunch of different ones. The ones that I'm using today have the flathead screw on them. You can use the one that has the Phillips head on it, but as long as you buy a pack that has cylinders of different sizes, then you'll be able to get a lot of use out of these because you'll be able to make projects of different thicknesses. So I'm going to just take these and we're going to start stacking. So I'm going to put my piece in first. This is how we're going to make this refillable. And you'll be able to see how I'm adding my papers And I'll just keep stacking my papers. And you can see how that screw head is starting to disappear. You can't see it sticking out as much. So now I'm so close to the end that I'm going to take this cover and put it on like that. Then I'm going to take my screw and put it in. Grab my little screwdriver and just screw this in. And then we'll do the same thing with this one. Take my screw, put it in, get it nice and tight. And I had these pages left over, so I'll be able to use them on another book. But don't you just love how this turned out? Super, super easy. We have the flexible front as well as the flexible back. I am going to show you how easy it is to make a little pocket. So I am going to cut my pocket at 3.5 by 4 3/4. Then I'm just going to take my finger blade and cut like that. I'm going to take some tape, put some tape on this end, and then tape across the bottom. Bring this back in, peel away, and peel away. Now I'll open, and I'm going to take this pocket and put it right here. You can also add a pocket to the back if you like, completely up to you. So now we have our book, we have a pocket. Now I'm going to show you how you can add some tabs to this very easily and very cheaply. So I'm using this scrap, and I am just going to cut out not even half circles, just using my punch. And I'm punching out pieces like this. So now I can take these pieces and I can put them wherever I want a tab. So I'm going to add some tape to the back of this by simply doing that. We're going to take this and I'm going to put it right there. Look at that. Easy, easy, easy. Add some tape here. Go back a few more pages, and I'm going to put this one right there. Then I'll take my last one. Y'all, this could not be any easier. And I'm going to take the last one, go back a few more pages, and we'll put that one right there. So let's get all of these nice and stuck. I didn't use glue because I'm using a text weight paper and that glue might have been a little bit thin, but now you can see how if you wanted to separate these, you'll be able to go back through and separate it in a way that works for you. So now y'all, all we have left is to do some decorating, and the decorating that you do is totally up to you. But I'm just going to use some of this scrap. I'm cutting out a piece that is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Then I have this little cut apart that I'm going to mount right there. So I am just going to add a little bit of tape. I'm going to mount it so that it's not straight. Then when I put it here, we're going to put it down like that. So now I'll go back and add my tape to lay the whole thing down. So let's take this piece and we're going to put it right there. And now on the inside, I am going to work with a nice little sticker sheet. I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Merry Christmas right here. And then I'm going to take my Christmas bird and put it right there. Then I'm going to flip it over to the back and I'm going to find just a sweet little sticker that will work for the back. And I like this one. So I'm going to take this Santa Merry Christmas and put it right there. And so now we have another beautiful Christmas journal or Christmas planner or Christmas notebook. Remember though, yours does not have to be for Christmas. It can be for any season, any reason, any one. But I love how this has turned out, and I think it's a great way to kick off my occasional Christmas in July paper crafting that I will be doing. So easy peasy. I'm leaving all the rest of my pages blank so that whoever gets this can use it however they want. So I'm going to bring this one back in because the stinking cute factor is on overload right now. These are absolutely stinking cute. And I think that you will enjoy making these. So grab some scrap chipboard and some scrap paper and make these into what you want them to be. So I hope that you have enjoyed today's super awesome way to make a Christmas notebook, Christmas journal, Christmas planner, whatever you want to call it. If you have enjoyed it, please hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, let's make today the day that you decide to hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. As always, my friends, y'all please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.